Hello folks, I'm L.A. Little and this is today's short take. With all the indexes so dependent on Apple, Apple's performance is really something that you can key on. If you look at Apple, bearish, bearish, bullish, where the bullish MTTF is like beyond nosebleed. I mean, we're like bullish so long we can't hardly count it anymore. But if you look at two that are working, right, you just turned bearish. That's going to stay bearish for a while, most likely. But if you look at the short term, right, and you pull up the MTTF chart to see, what the graph looks like, you're at 49.8, 22 bars into a bearish move. Usually nosebleed is around 70, so it's 33. So if you do the numbers, right, that's another 11 days for this to be bearish. So if we pull it over now and look at the daily chart, what would it do to turn that bearishness sideways? Well, it'd have to get over the swing point high. 11 days, get over the swing point high. What is today? 3rd. When's the developer conference, or the conference that's being hosted about a week from today? Yeah, that could happen. You could see it get over the swing point high. Apple tends to move higher into these meetings and then sell off afterwards. So if the scenario plays out, what you might see is Apple come back up to do the bearish retest region off this move. That full bearish retest region test would be here. It's off this swing point low. So it'd be a push back up near the high, and then right over that you've got the next one. This is the second attempt. The last one got into it pretty deep. Pulled out, come back into it, second attempt. So, the odds of it getting over are higher now, getting over this point, which would get it over the swing point high, change that trend, and get it into the second retest regen zone. That would say the trend goes this way. It would also say Apple more than likely is going to pull these indexes higher. So that's Apple on a short-term basis. If we look at it on the weekly basis, you can see it actually got under but held this last swing point it tested. It's coming back up to do the retest regen. That's around 122. So that kind of dovetails with what we just looked at. And if you pull it back even farther, Apple traded finally into the swing point high. It broke second time. That's bringing the odds lower that if it comes down one more time it's going to hold. So there's that risk longer term. But right now, look at the volume here as you came back in to do this bullish retest regen. You come into it, you get into it, volumes here, nothing compared to the volumes over there. Apple not ready to break down. If Apple's not ready to break down, these indexes aren't ready to break down in a large way either. That is today's short take.